Ladies, gentlemen, esteemed non-binaries, and furs, Trashkin, all good evening and welcome to Trashbear Gaming. I'm your humble host, Rasp, Trashbear, and today we're getting back into the Halloween special, Alan Wake 2. So, I'm dragging us back into the loading void to do the intro this week because I had to split another episode because 2.5 hours is asking a little much. Batting cleanup ran longer than I expected. And then I got swept straight into Chapter 6 and locked in for the duration. And I decided since I was there, I may as well. So, Trashkin, I present you the game, hard at work. We're going to jump right back in with Agent Estevez in the closet.
We took him down to the morgue for an examination. Haven't heard anything
Oh,
since the attack.
shit.
What did the FBC come here to do?
Bright Falls is the site of a recurring altered world event. The shadow is stronger than we expected. We're low on resources. Problems at HQ.
To say the least.
But we do have equipment for dealing with the shaded threat. We were just caught off guard before we could set it up.
Where is Wake? I know what's going on here. Wake can fix this.
Alan Wake is a para-utilitarian. The word's a mouthful, so you know it's serious. We have him locked up in the holding cells per protocol. He's connected to the shadow in some way.
Estevez, I need to see Wake. How do I get into the cell block?
Okay. Protocols don't mean that much at this point anyway. Don't make me regret this, Anderson. Until the power's back on, the door to the holding cells won't open. There's a fuse box downstairs in the basement. Here. You'll need these keys.
Thank you.
Back into the morgue, huh?
And with the keys.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I think Mulligan and Fortin stuck a stash here, do you? Research proposal. In 2010, writer and suspected para-utilitarian Alan Wake was reported to have disappeared into Cauldron Lake, a known threshold site. 3 years later, a small group responsible for multiple killings was arrested in New York by federal investigators. The murders were recreations of deaths found in the writing of Alan Wake. Interrogations with the murderers revealed they saw Wake as some sort of prophet, describing themselves as a cult, and considered his notes to be sacred texts. As Wake was missing at the time, it's unlikely he had any personal involvement in this cult. There is at least no evidence supporting the idea. Lake House. Research facility WA03 at Cauldron Lake, Washington, has been compromised. Cause unknown. Incident was visually confirmed by Agent Estevez when she arrived at the facility to make contact with Dr. Marmot and Dr. Marmot, heads of the operation at the lake house. The facility itself is reported to be in a damaged state, with no living staff found during a brief search. A longer search was not possible due to an active AWE in the area, requiring all available resources. Shotgun. Well, I've mostly committed to the double barrel here, but there's always room in the shoebox. Memory loss and battle to regain your brain. A revolution for the brain. UFOs, myth and reality. UFOs, myths and reality, part 3. Sightings under the lens. Let's see. Don't forget A1. Let's see. 9 L2. What do you think? UFO? I'm gonna fiddle, Trashkin. This UFO seems to be a recurring theme here. Okay, Trashkin. So unless I'm mistaken, W, B, and Q. So, W, B, and Q are probably what we're after because there's only 3 books in common. So extrapolating from that, 7, 2, and 4. Or excuse me, 7, 2, and 3. Goes with free shells, like, I'll burn those first.
Holding cells. Is that where they're keeping Wake?
Alright.
Door's locked, though.
They did put a vault stash in here. Fortin. Mulligan. Well, why not? Alright. Let's get on with it.
Did you read me, Anderson?
I read you. Have you had our frequency this entire time?
Eavesdropping is a big part of the job. But no, I got it from your partner. Anderson, look for a fuse to replace the blown out one in the fuse box. That should get the power going again.
Yeah. On it.
Well, Willie and Levy don't rise.
Another one of those cult boxes.
1, 4, 8. Well, let's give it a go. No. Couldn't be that easy, could it? I don't see anything else around here. I'm a fiddle for a minute. Okay, I see the problem. I miscounted. That's a hexagon. Derp, derp, derp. There's the tree. I hear tell the lighthouse key is supposed to be around here checking the guide, but dead if I spotted it. I picked up the pump. Where'd it go? I'm gonna figure this out. Give me a minute. Okay, it just gave us the old inventory full routine. Actually, I wonder what the upgrades for this bad boy look like. Let's take a look-see. We know full auto. Faster and faster. Full auto. Move faster while aiming. Stand still and aim steady to target to drastically reduce kickback and minimize pellet spread for increased damage. Not terrible, but it's going right in the shoebox. I'm sticking with the old side-by-side. It's carried me this far. I don't want to give up that much inventory space. To be fair to it, it's only free as opposed to 2, but I like having a full kit on me, you know? Actually, can I unload it? Can't unload it. Well, the opening volley might be worth having on hand. 6 free shells is 6 free shells after all. Casey!
Stay the fuck down!
Casey! Is that you?
Anderson?
Hold your fire! I'm coming in!
Casey? Casey? Casey! God damn it, Casey. Casey! Just built a fort and held out? Nice,
Hey,
nice work.
Anderson. Like what I've done with the place?
It needs a sheet.
Could use a bit more light.
Ah. You
How are
okay?
you holding up?
Don't give me that worried look, Anderson. It's a flesh wound. Gave me a chance to have a nice chat about ex-wives with Kieran.
Hey.
Agent Estevez, I mean.
Making new friends, huh? I'm jealous. Are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. What's the situation on your end?
You're lying.
Watery turned out to be a good lead. Found the clicker and the cult. But the horror story's changing reality. Like Wake said it would. Logan, she's, the story claims she died here. But we can stop it.
Wait, Saga. What do you, Logan is gone. She has been. For a long time.
Casey's
Jesus,
affected
not
by the
me.
horror story, too. I'm fighting for them all now. What happened at the hotel?
Wake was telling the truth about the cult being after him. That thing, the dark presence, it's real too. I saw it. A fucked up monster cloud. Wake tried to warn me. It knocked me out. FBC found me in the woods later.
I'm gonna fix this, Casey. You, Logan, all of it. I just need to get the power back on first.
Yeah, give him hell, Anderson. Just remember, some things in life can't be fixed with a light switch. As for the power problem, here. I found a fuse on those poor bastards there.
I'll take care of it.
Appreciate it.
Stay put, Casey. I'll let you know.
We will. First, I'm going to get into your brain.
I can tell something is wrong. What's happening to Casey?
I'm a goner. Swell. A shadow crawling under my skin. In my head. Call my ex. Tell her I'm sorry. Terminal case, Casey.
Something is wrong with him. He's hurt worse than he says. He's scared.
Well, let's build it out while we're here.
Yeah. The cell door won't open without power. That's not right.
So apparently the lighthouse key happens if it's your last cult stash, and apparently I'm missing one or several. I'm missing the stash in Cauldron Lake. Okay, good to know. Well, I haven't finished Watery, Bright Falls, or anywhere else. Huh. Well, on we go. Oh, hey. Well, I have no idea where the fuse box is. Ah, there we are.
Anderson,
God damn
good
it,
news,
Casey.
bad news. You can get to the cell block now, but the shaded hostiles that were in there are on the loose.
Thanks for the heads up.
Casey?
More coming down.
Couldn't escape its modest charm.
Fuck.
Come on, take your swipe.
Situation is under control, Estevez. Coming back up.
Copy.
I'll wait here.
Well, Can't forget to reload you. I very nearly reloaded the rifle, and I'd be very, very sad with myself if I did. Excuse me, the shotgun. The point was to burn the free gear. And those 6 shells did come in real handy. Alright. Propane tanks ain't been coming in, so we're gonna go ahead. Give them the quick slot. I'm kind of cheating because you can set up the rocket flares in the first slot and have a rapid equip. I'm going to be saving those rocket flares for the most part. Just going to have one in my pocket just in case.
Anderson, over here.
Oh, well, I appreciate you telling me that before I ran
Behind the
into the
counter.
door.
Got a little cramped in that closet.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Is the FBC sending any help?
We were the help. Well, us
Oh,
in the lake
sure.
house. But we still have bureau gear specifically engineered to fight this threat. It's stored in the backlot. We were setting it up when the Taken interrupted us. We have light arrays, a containment cell, etc., etc. We are not out of this fight yet.
What's at the lake house?
It's a bureau research facility at Cauldron Lake set up to study the effects of this AWE. When I got into town, I went there for backup. The whole station is lost, taken by the Shadow. Lost a lot of agents. Barely got out myself.
What's going on?
We had a hell of a time avoiding those Taken. Ended up back here. Anyway, I wanted to warn you that we have the Koskela brothers in the cells as well. They're the ringleaders of the Cult of the Tree. Don't let your guard down.
Wish me luck.
According to the luck and
sure.
probability department, it's statistically bad luck to wish people good luck during a crisis.
Thanks.
The stats don't lie! It opened itself.
Saga! Fucking FBI, FBC, your government fucks all fucking this up for us! Let us the fuck out!
You're the leaders of the cult. You're not going anywhere.
Wake will ruin everything. Get rid of him, Saga! You fucking shot me! Typical government stooge. Let me out so I can kill him, that fucker! You come to our town and act like you know what you're dealing with, but you have no fucking idea! Let us out! You can't stop it, none of you can. We can take care of this. We've been preparing for this.
Huh. I feel like I'm missing something. Uno momento. Okay, we didn't miss anything, Trashkin, but FBC gear, FBC gear.
I don't have the key.
Huh. Wake.
Saga,
Hey, buddy.
do you have it?
You wrote
Me.
Logan into the story. You told me yourself. From the dark place.
Listen, Scratch is coming. He's close. He's almost here.
My daughter is dead because of you. She's a child. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm trying to fix this. I will fix this. I'll save everyone, but we're running out of time. I need the clicker.
Can't be that easy.
I have the clicker. You will fix this. You will save my daughter. Promise me.
Yes, I promise. But we're out of time. Hurry!
Don't fucking give it to him! Let him get her! He's He's a fucking monster, Saga! There it is. We've been waiting for you, motherfucker. I'm gonna fucking destroy you!
Boys are trying to do the right thing, but
Yeah.
ah,
Shit. Scratch. He was pretending to be Wake. The plan is fucked. Estevez, come in. Scratch is here. How do I stop him?
Bad news. The containment unit isn't prepped, but the light array should affect him.
Okay, lights. Got it. I found the lights. How do I activate them?
I can turn them on from here, but you need...
no idea how we're supposed to get that time.
He's too fast. There must be a way to slow him down. He's too
Damn.
fast. I need more time.
Okay, from the top.
It isn't prepped, but the light array should affect him.
Okay, lights. Got it. These must power the light array. Need to find more. He's too fast. Got one.
Two more to go.
Okay, Trashkin, the deal is, apparently I gotta hammer him a bit beforehand. There we go.
Got one.
Two more to go.
There we go.
Another core activated.
Only one left. Great.
Okay, might want to lure him away for this. Here we go. No pressure, right? Whew. Well, we ran way long, Trashkin, but Wake and Scratch came back together, which is a hell of a
Scratch
trip.
was here. He'll be back. What the fuck do we do now?
I wish I knew, Saga. And that's where we're gonna leave Saga for the moment. I'm gonna find me a mop bucket. Ilmo.
I'm sorry about your brother, Ilmo.
Jaakko was all heart. He always went along with my ideas, no matter how stupid they were. Always happy to help. I got carried away. I never think things through. It's my fault.
So tell me
realize
about
it's
the
a bad
cult.
time. But I need you to tell me everything about the cult of the tree.
The cult is my craziest idea that ever worked. Look, what kind of a cult calls themselves a cult? Exactly. We protect water in Bright Falls. We're the good guys. A secret neighborhood watch. Well, that was the idea anyways. Look, we've always known about the horror inside the lake. When any Taken come out, we kill them.
You don't turn people into Taken. You kill the ones who already have.
Forgive me, Trashkin. I need to mix a drink, and I decided now was the opportune moment.
You were trying to kill Alan Wake. Why?
Nothing good has ever come out of Cauldron Lake. The nightmare that hit Bright Falls in 2010 was all because of his writing. And ever since then, pages of his stories are floating up from the lake, and monsters keep popping out. It's all him, Wake. And if we don't stop him, no one will.
Wake's evil doppelganger Scratch is the threat we're facing. Not Wake. And I will stop him.
I've never heard of anyone called Scratch.
How long has the cult been around for?
Certain folks around here have always known about Cauldron Lake. Before us, it was the Torchbearers. And when I inherited the mission, I wanted to call it a cult. It was genius. Just a name did half the work. Made people too scared to go into the woods at night. Business 101. Fear is a great motivator.
Well, I'm glad to have those little tidbits. Alright, let's hit the morgue.
Oh, brother.
It's a sad, sad day, Trashkin. Truly, a tremendous actor has been lost. There, mucket. No bucket. What the heck, man? No bucket. Alright, well, I guess we best talk to Casey. And see if we can progresso through. Before we do that, the case board. I do like the case board, just does make for perhaps great choice. That was a weird place to send her on. There we go. They're targeting Alan because they've never heard of Scratch.
That's not right.
It's gotta belong somewhere. I wonder if they sell them with beer caps. Ah, there we go. Took me a while as a couple of branches up. Production available, okay. Let's hear it.
Ilmo said the cult kills Taken. Is he telling the truth?
Surplus deer masks buy in bulk. We've got a floater, a Taken on the shore. Call the gang Yako. We are going hunting. Cult of the Tree. Keeping the town safe since 2013.
Ilmo is telling the truth about the cult. They really were fighting the Taken. We're on the same side.
Nightingale came back. Let's hear
If the
it.
cult is killing Taken, then why did Nightingale turn into one?
Private party. Invitation only. Wrong time. Wrong place. Time to go, Yako. A job half done isn't done at all.
Nightingale became a Taken because the Bookers interrupted their ritual.
I love that I can get to the case board from behind the desk. We're checking off some big ones.
No. The dark presence is vulnerable against bright light.
Yep,
At least that makes sense.
yep. For later, for later, for later. Alright. Let's talk to the crew.
Scratch's Wake's double. He tricked us. He almost got the clicker from me. The whole plan has gone out the window. How could we get this so wrong?
Textbook boondoggle.
Ayo.
You said it, Anderson. It's a shit show. So what's the plan?
Wait. You don't think she might be a wee bit of a send of a Mona Sachs? Just little?
Scratch pretended to be Wake to trick us.
He almost won me over. I should have trusted my gut. Had a bad feeling about him when we found him at the lake. When that insane monster cloud came at me in the woods, I saw a face inside it. Wake's. I think he was always a monster. Always Scratch.
So the Cult of the Tree actually kills Taken. They were on our side, even if their methods are misguided and criminal.
It looked right from where we were standing. Nothing's what it seems in this case. Too many stories contradicting each other. Too many versions of the truth.
We have a lot of catching up to do after this thing is all over. Everything is different now. My family, me, the whole fucking world.
I'll buy the coffee, Anderson. Partners to the end. This case is one for the books.
I see what you did there.
Hey! Alright. Scratch. Let's get in your
Scratch
head.
was pretending to be Wake. Manipulating me. What does he want from me? No. I'm in control here. It's my mind place. He's powerful. Too powerful. Just his presence here makes me feel sick. Like a wave of terror through my head. I feel his single-minded drive to get the clicker. I assumed Wake escaped the dark place. Is it possible he's still there?
The big apple in an ocean of darkness. Gone diving. Note from my editor. You're using the wrong tense. Trapped in a loop. My friends will meet him when I'm gone.
Wake is still trapped in the dark place.
And it comes all round back.
Maybe he always was. Wake is trapped in the dark place. He's been reaching out, communicating with me in the overlaps. The FBC usually
thoughts?
handles stuff like this, right? Any thoughts?
Hold up. You brought a paranatural object in here without telling me and then almost handed it over to a hostile entity?
I didn't know if I could trust you. That was a mistake. So was believing Scratch. But it's not too late. I just need to understand more.
You got that right. Let's start acting like we're on the same side, yeah?
So tell me what I'm missing. The FBC must know something.
Good news, we have Bureau intel on all of this. Bad news, it's highly classified. Good news, consider yourself deputized into the Federal Bureau of Control. Here's a key to the cell where we keep the files. Happy reading.
Okay. Thanks. Go team.
Ha.
The horror story's changing reality. It made it so my daughter died here, even though she's supposed to be back home in Virginia. Do you know if that's...
AWEs are localized distortions of reality. The area outside town might not be affected. Sometimes they expand, sometimes they fizzle out. If we can make sure it's the latter, your kid might be fine.
The whole thing is a nightmare. I can't let my family be torn apart.
Having family isn't easy in this line of work. The late nights, travel, alternate realities threatening their existence.
Oh, man.
My ex-wife couldn't take it.
Karen, you're better off without her. I know I am.
You really don't remember Logan living in Virginia with me and David?
I remember you and David having problems. You needed a break. You and Logan moved to Watery and then Logan, well, that awful thing happened. After you came back to work, I thought you'd be the perfect partner for this case, if you were willing to return to the area.
Okay. That's enough. The story is changing your memories. What you're remembering is fiction. Logan is alive. I'm not divorced. We never moved here. I remember the truth.
No. Wake or Scratch, whoever that was, said the story could be used to attack us. We all need to question what's real. With that said, how do we know the story isn't giving you false hope?
I can't convince them. I just need to change the story.
Well, that does give us a fair bit to work with, eh?
I know what is real and what isn't. A megalomaniac writer can't make me doubt that.
Good
I
for
have more
you.
family than I even knew. And I need to protect them all.
Atta girl saga.
Investigating the story's lies led me to a family I didn't know I had. Or was finding them part of the story too.
Yes and
Maybe
no.
it doesn't matter.
So apparently, way back in the lighthouse, there is in fact
This is the kind of case my ex hated. The ones that might kill me.
The cult didn't trust Wake.
Cases that might
Or is it
be
Scratch?
my ex's favorite.
taking FBC custody, in-depth report. There's a force here you don't understand, a presence. It's after me. It wants to consume me. I consume everything. Yes, you mentioned this dark person before. Why does it want you? Feeds on artists. But it can take any form of art. My artistic expression, music, painting, film, photography. It can feed on any of it. All of it. You have to believe me. Well aware of this entity. We've been tracking the situation here for a long time now. You yourself have been on our radar for over a decade. I'm sure those nuts in the research department are just going to love checking you out. Hey, make a note to redact that before submission. Let's get back on track. You mentioned a light switch earlier. Where is it? Don't know. I need it. I can't end this without it. Will you help me get it? Mr. Wake, you're in custody pending charges for breaching numerous federal violation codes. We are not going to give you a suspected paranatural object. You're not listening to me. We are listening just fine. Now, do you have any accomplices? Expletive, you. Let me the expletive out of here. It's coming for me. We're all in danger. Interview was terminated due to subject being uncooperative.
Wake isn't the first person the dark presence disguised itself as.
Shadow. Garnet, both prisoners, reported seeing a woman named Barbara Yeager in Bright Falls. Yeager is a former actress. That's new. Who immigrated with the filmmaker Thomas Sane from Finland and was reported to have drowned in Cauldron Lake during a redacted AWE in 1970. Research staff concluded Yeager's appearance is likely a case of the shadow manifesting in human form. Research is ongoing as to the nature of the connection between the shadow and the psychophysical signatures available for it to mimic. Current hypothesis is the shadow can only manifest as artists or individuals tangentially involved in the creation of art who have operated within a certain physical range of Cauldron Lake. Shadow can manifest as any individual contained, definition needed, within Cauldron Lake. Research is ongoing. Alright. You have another full one?
The lake is a gateway to the dark place.
A threshold. Right. 1900 hours. 13th September. Readings from a remote surveillance site in Cauldron Lake known as a threshold to what researchers theorize is the origin dimension of AO40, the shadow. Past acceptable limits. Attempts to contact FVC research of the WAO3, codenamed the Lake House, were unsuccessful. On-site verification is not possible. Response procedures initiated with immediate effect. Lead agent Kara Estevez will mobilize investigation unit Beta from the remote operations site at Redacted. All available Shadow-specific equipment has been approved for use in field. To confirm, an active event, if active AWE is occurring, dispatch team will identify its nature and severity, limit exposure, and attempt to contain or neutralize its source. If no event is active, check monitoring equipment, perform limited sweep of the area, check status of the lake house and its staff. Additional information. Relevant operatives in the area include the Cult of the Tree, Redacted, and Alan Wake, currently missing.
What the hell is a para-utilitarian?
Light switch is a cord from a lamp with part of the severed cord still attached. Eyewitnesses accounts see items possession of the ability to alter reality. Changes based on redacted. Used by a para-utilitarian. Parts of these items effect from that of Cauldron Lake. Cauldron Lake threshold responsible for recurring AWs in the area is difficult because the only reported use of the item have occurred near the threshold. Without more data, we cannot confirm if the item intensifies the effect of the threshold or vice versa, or if there is no connection whatsoever. Recorded material from Dr. Hartman after becoming a redacted have revealed that Alan Wake eliminated Barbara Jaeger, likely a physical manifestation of a redacted, by inserting a light switch into its chest and flicking the switch. The item was confirmed to have been used in 2010 to turn fictional writing into reality, see AWE 35. However, it's unclear what the restrictions and limitations are. Conclusion: the light switch is a possible OOP, but the team cannot conclusively classify the item based on secondhand accounts. Proper examination and testing is required in order to determine the classification of item. That was dry.
I need to know what information I can still trust.
Clicker's still useful. They have no idea. Not hiding any sheets from me, would you, game? More from Yako. Or excuse me, Ilmo. Poor Yako.
I'm gonna deal with the situation, Ilmo. But the town will need protection until we sort this out. I could use your help.
Right. I'll round up the gang. Whoever's left. We won't let these fucking monsters hurt any more of our people. We'll do my brother proud.
Thank you, Ilmo. Scratch told me the clicker can be used to change the story. Does that match your understanding of this thing?
Yeah, the light switch is a paranatural item, maybe even an object of power. We have verified reports that Alan Wake was in possession of it during the AWE here back in 2010. It definitely has power. We know that much.
I can come up with a plan. I always do. The clicker can fix this, but I can't use it without Wake. Tor knows about this stuff. Maybe he can help. The clicker amplifies any changes to reality suggested by a piece of art. Makes them permanent.
Deduction time.
Wake told me the clicker would fix this. But Wake was was actually Scratch. How can I trust anything he said?
The artist must conclude his work. He rides a storm on your piece. Wake up and smell the danger. We told you already, kiddo. What Tom said about the light switch is true. Don't let the story confuse you. You need him to write the ending you want. The clicker can make that ending come true.
But we don't have Wake. Everything we knew about the clicker was true. He wasn't lying.
Alright, what about
Wake
that
is
rescue
still in a dark
then?
place. How do I get him out?
We live and breathe rock and roll. From the silence of screams, from the fever of dreams. The clicker can amp up other works of art, not just Tom's writing. Anything created with passion. The dark power of the lake will make it creep into reality. But if the holder of the clicker believes in the art, they can make it all come true in the flick of a switch.
I can use the clicker without Wake. Only Wake's writing can change the horror story. But I can use the clicker to change something else. Like getting Wake out of the dark place.
I'll take a manual save. Yep, it's a mess. Still doesn't tell me what to do, but... Fortunately, Bright Falls has been very well lit since last. Oh, we need to find. I've run extra long this episode, Trashkin.
I think you may be right. Might have been a mistake to come here. I don't
Oh, they lost a friend. Hopefully they get back in the rewrites. Excellent. Well, Trashkin, that's where we're going to leave it. I'd like to thank y'all for coming out. I'd like to thank y'all for watching and bearing with me. Hee hee. This one got away from me a bit, and I had to sit down and cut some unimportant portions, but I got swept up in the drama. It happens. So, Trashkin, until next time, if you've been enjoying yourself during the Halloween special, I'd like to encourage you to consider joining the Trashkin and I around the trash fire on the regular by subscribing. It, of course, tells you when the trash fire is lit, and, well, you know, if you care to be notified when the trash fire is lit, that's up to you. And, of course, helps me out, and grants me that which I desire most, your eyes. And, of course, likes and comments are deeply appreciated, or dislikes. You're a big, strong Trashkin. I'm not going to tell you what to do. And, of course, I'd like to remind you all to count your spoons, hydrate, medicate, and take care of yourselves as best you can. Don't forget to tell the people you love you give a good damn. Good night, and I'll see you all in the next one.